Hi everyone, this is D Keys, bringing you an Elementalist's guide to the Aetherblade Fractal. First, you must swim through some mine-ridden water. Stack swiftness with your group, and then hug the bottom of the cave to avoid all of the mines. Next, you will encounter two groups of Aetherblades. You will want DPS utilities, as well as either Glyph of Storms or Lightning Hammer for blinds. Stack Might while someone is going in to pull aggro before Elementalist aggroes them. LOS the first group of mobs around this pillar, and use CCs as well as reflects and blinds to keep them disabled. Listen carefully for the sound of a war banner. The thugs can drop war banners on you and nearly one-shot you. For the second group of enemies, have a Mesmer or Guardian pull the enemies to the wall, and if you can, use Obsidian Flesh so that you are not stunned. DPS down the group quickly, and use Glyph of Storms or your Lightning Hammer to keep up blinds if they are available. The first puzzle of this fractal can be completely bypassed using Lightning Flash. Hop up the rocks and wood underneath the control house for this puzzle. With your back to the control house, move left and look for a beam that is sticking out from the house. You'll want to aim your Lightning Flash at the end of this beam as shown in the picture here. Teleport up with at least one more party mate and blind the elite to keep him busy for a little while. Then run inside the control house and hit all 4 panels. You can use Cleansing Fire or Magnetic Wave to help clear off the immobilize that will be inflicted when you hit a switch. That way, you only need a couple of people to clear this room. Once the puzzle has been disabled, keep blinds up on the elite as you and your party regroup and DPS down that elite. Continue up the ramp and DPS down the next elite as well. He has a tendency of killing Elementalist and getting the quest chain for this fractal stuck. Once that second elite has been defeated, send your Mesmer back down the ramp a little ways to lay a portal entrance, and then blink up to the back right corner of the next puzzle, and then lay the portal exit. Slot Mist Form or be ready to use Obsidian Flesh to avoid the damage from the laser beams. Then coordinate with your party to hit the switches again, using Magnetic Wave or Cleansing Fire if you need to hit more than one switch. In this next room, you will fight waves of Aetherblades that alternate with phases of AoE barrages. The corner that we stack in here is a useful spot as it protects us from the AoE barrages and LOSs most of the Aetherblades. In addition to normal DPS utilities, I would recommend Glyph of Storms, Lightning Hammer, or Frostbow since you are fighting groups of enemies. You could also take Arcane Shield if you feel like you need a more defensive utility. Before each wave, stack Might using a Fire Field and any of your available blast finishers. And then, when a group approaches, use a blinding utility if you have one off cooldown. Chain Swirling Winds with other projectile reflects, and watch out for those thugs' war banners. Once you are halfway through this event, refrain from using your elite, as you'll need it for the boss of this fractal. When this event is about 85 to 90% complete, the cannons up above will explode, and another group of Aetherblade will spawn outside of the arena. You can LOS around the door and stack Might there instead if you'd like to save a few seconds. Assuming all of your party mates have sufficient AR, and assuming that you have at least one Guardian and Mesmer to provide stability for your group, there is a very easy way to complete this boss battle using Fiery Greatsword and an LOS spot. Your utilities for this method should be Signet of Fire, Arcane Wave if you need it to stack Might, and Arcane Shield, as well as Fiery Greatsword. LOS the first 3 enemies behind these boxes, and stack Might as the dialogue is going on. Start the event by talking to the champ, and use either a Guardian Greatsword pull or Mesmer Focus pull to group up the enemies so that you can cleave them down. Your Guardian or Mesmer will also want to have a Reflect up for this part. Once those 3 mobs have been defeated, run across the room to an LOS spot on top of one of the consoles. Conjure your Fiery Greatsword once you're in the corner, and have a party member pick up the second. Then, use Fiery Whirl and Fiery Rush into the wall behind you, or into the lip in front of you, but not into the corner because you might go out of the map. You can also use Firestorm on top of you so that you can AoE anything that's nearby but not close enough to be hit by the rush. Use Arcane Shield to protect yourself when your party runs out of stability. And that's it for the Aetherblade Fractal. Thanks for watching!